Yes, good evening all of you. Sir, my screen is visible to you?
వచ్చింది మళ్ళీ పోయిందండి PPT.
Yes. Now it's clear, right, sir?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. All good evening, all of you, all the participants. Today, Dr. Y. Ravi Kumar with us. So, sir is a professor and head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering and from NIT Warangal. He has obtained BTech degree from Mechanical Engineering from JNTU, Kakinada in 2000 and ME from Computer Integrated Manufacturing, CM, from PSG College of Technology, Coimbatore in 2002, and PhD from Mechanical Engineering from Osmania University, Hyderabad in 2011, and postdoctorate research in 3D printing at Milwaukee School of Engineering, USA in 2012. And he has supervised more than 40 MTech projects and produced 6 PhDs and 4 more PhD theses under the progress. He has published more than 85 research papers in national and international conferences and journals, with include ASME publication. He has granted 1 US patent and 2 Indian patents. He started MTech program with specialization additive manufacturing in collaboration with Center of Manufacturing Technology Institute, CMTI, Bangalore, first time in India. He is the chairman of Jorli Committee and Technology Communicate of National Center of Additive Manufacturing, NCAM. He is also co-author and contribute for whole associate series of the various publications, ASTM international journals. He is also established a world-class metal 3D printer facilities at NIT Warangal under TechCube 3 grant. He is also exclude sponsored R&D projects with worth 1.24 crores rupees. He received Young Scientist or Young Engineer of Year 2009 award from the government of Andhra Pradesh, the Institute of Engineers, India. He is the lifetime member in ISTE, IE, and RPSC societies. He has visited different countries like Australia, Sweden, Singapore, Finland, and France, and USA. Now, our young and dynamic resource person, Dr. Y. Ravi Kumar, sir, with us. Sir, now I'm handling the session with you, sir. You can continue.
Can you please
Thank you,
put
sir.
that hide button nokkandi? Hide. Hello? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for the nice introduction and good evening, one and all. So my topic will be on additive manufacturing and digital twins, and which is basically. Hello.
Next slide.
Next slide. Yeah, and this is the content of my presentation. So it starts with the role of additive manufacturing, and then followed by digital twin. What is a digital twin? And then how we can integrate this AM with the digital technology and the integrating challenges. And with this, we can also do a predictive engineering. Why? Because this digital twin will enable us when we need to do a maintenance aspects, and we can do it's like a closed loop kind of control system for your AM technology with the digital twin, and we'll see the predictive engineering part of it and case studies, and finally the future trends and the conclusions. So go to next. And if you try to see the difference between the traditional and additive manufacturing process, in traditional manufacturing process, we need to say start from the block of material, and then we need to use the tools to remove the block of material until unless you get the required size and shape. Say that, please enter, please press enter. That video is coming. Can you please enter? Put enter. 2 times you have entered. I think this is 3D printing, how it works actually. Unlike your additive or the subtractive manufacturing process, here we are going to deposit layer by layer. Like here, you don't have any tool or you don't have any wastage here. Always you will be adding the material. So in traditional manufacturing, you have a lot of wastage, but here you don't have any wastage here. You can build any complex object with a layer by layer with taking a digital data as an input here, and your final part will be whatever you have designed in the CAD file. So it is getting fabricated, and not only that, we can go with the different materials here. So in conventional manufacturing process, always use a single material, but if you accept, please press enter, sir. There is one animation, one video will come. Enter ఒకసారి press చేయండి. Yeah, so you see here this image. No, మళ్ళీ నొక్కేశారు మీరు. No, go back. So here this image which you can see, you can print different materials here, right? So which you will be say, depositing different materials from the nozzle, or maybe different composition of materials you can add, but that is not possible with the traditional manufacturing process. So you can simultaneously produce here different materials. That means multi-structure components you can make it. So that is a basic difference here in traditional versus additive manufacturing. So you don't have any wastage here, and you can add multiple materials. So you can make a multi-structured data, and functionally graded materials is also possible here with additive manufacturing, which you could not do it in a conventional manufacturing process. Go next. But this image somewhat blurred. I don't know, but okay. Again, maybe some compatible issue. The additive manufacturing is a process where you can join the material. Yeah, so if you try to see the steps involved, yeah, okay, Lindy. Actually, this image will tell you the various history, when it was invented, and then further what is the state of art of additive manufacturing in the scenario of say starting with the polymer and then metal, and then these components has been used in the aerospace applications also. The first component made through this process, that is say during 2014, the first AM part on flight has been printed. So yeah, you can go to next. Yeah, and you ఒకసారి enter ఒకసారి enter, okay, ఒకసారి enter నొక్కండి. Yeah, you can see here the various steps involved in additive manufacturing process. We need to start with the CAD model. So whatever component that you are trying to build it, so you go to any CAD modeling software and make a CAD model of it, and then you convert into the STL file. That's the second step. And third step, we need to transfer this data to a software. Each machine you have a software, the interfacing software. In the interfacing software, you can say slice the model just with a single click. So you can generate the tool path movement without writing any code. So you in the fourth step, so you generate that machine setup or a code, and it will be sent to the machine. So inside the machine, exactly how your physical fabrication of the layer by layer, it will be taking place based on that digital data. So your process will start from bottom layer to the top layer. So once it completes all the layers, so we need to remove the part from the machine. That is the sixth step, removing the part from the machine. And in seventh step, so processing, like, so sometimes we need to give some supports where you have some overhang portions. So then we need to remove those supports. So that by using the post processing methods, so we can remove that supports, and then sometimes we need to enhance the properties of the part. So that can be also done in the post processing, like something like heat and other uh, post processing methods can be applied. And then finally, your part is ready. The application, based on your application, so your post processing method will be varying. So in this case, it's simply coffee cup. The requirements are different. But if you are printing a aero engine component or an automobile component, but your requirements are totally different. So, so your post processing method may be different in order to improve the mechanical property, surface finish, or if it is a medical component, then we need to look for biocompatibility and other requirements. So based on your application, so you may be using a different post processing technique altogether. So these are the various steps involved in additive manufacturing process. So go to the next one. So we'll see. Yeah, now we are much worried about the sustainable development goals, right? So the United Nations has set up the sustainable goals. So why I'm bringing this SDGs here is now we are talking about Industry 4 or Industry 5. So where your sustainability is one of the pillars of fifth industrial revolution. So then we should not say harm the environment or the society in general. And then for that reason, so we need to meet these goals, 17 goals, which was set by the United Nations. Like it may be a no poverty, zero hunger, and good health, a quality education, gender equality, clean water, and so on. So you have 17 SDGs. So which the AM, why I'm bringing all these SDGs here is AM is going to satisfy majority of these SDGs by not emitting the carbon prints. So you can even satisfy majority of these SDGs. The additive manufacturing is going to give that kind of advantage here. Go to next. Yeah, and you try to see here the SDGs which I was talking about, SDG 8 and 9, 10, 12, 17, that is economy related, and society related 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have 7, 11, and 16, that is society related, and biosphere 6, 13, 14, and 15. So this will be the SDG level. And then business function level, which you have R&D, operations, human resources, marketing, distribution, accounting, finance, procurement, and your governance, ICT, and that is a business function. And coming to the outer layer, which we try to see what are the digital technologies that it is going to help you out to achieve these SDGs. So we can see 3D printing is one among these technologies, digital technologies. Apart from 3D printing, you have artificial intelligence, robotics, digital applications, proximity technology, and you have crowd-based platforms and geospatial technology, IoT, and like immersive environment like AR, VR, and computing and blockchain. These are the digital technologies that it will say enable all these SDGs. So the 3D printing or additive manufacturing is one digital technology which will enable these SDGs. So, particularly whatever the mentioned SDGs here in terms of economy, society, and biosphere, which it is going to address by the additive manufacturing or 3D printing technology. Next. Yeah, and then how your additive can be satisfying the smart manufacturing requirement. So as we already discussed, so the first one we can say it is reducing the material wastage. So how we are going to reduce the material wastage is, and that too, it is very much related to SDGs, the previously which we discussed, and the more into a sustainable kind of requirement the additive is going to give you. So even you can print your components maybe with 10% infill density, 30% infill density, or 50% infill density, means which you can vary the infill densities of the component. And why you want to do that means that is for customization. Say if you see here this um, which we need a personalized or a customized solution for the shoe sole, for example. The shoe sole, say each person will vary its weight and the body dynamics, but we can match the as for the user requirement. So and then which it also promotes the sustainability, and which will enables the on-demand manufacturing. So that is the most important here. The additive is going to give you such kind of requirement, and also reducing the material wastage. So you can even talk about topology optimization, lattice based designs, where you need to have a lightweighted structures, maybe in aerospace, maybe automobile, and medical applications, which we need to make these structures which are more lightweighted structures, and which it will support, additive will support directly. And then second, maybe it will give you a kind of say a revolutionized manufacturing scenario. You try to see this image, the left top image. So where you can see this one of the rocket engine component. So where you can see inside um, a lot of lattice designs, or like say the structure that you can make it here. So conventional manufacturing methods may not be able to make these kind of structures. And also this additive manufacturing will allow rapid prototyping and production of the complex geometries, maybe in but why, because it's a bio inspired structures, which it's no way in the conventional manufacturing method you can fabricate these kind of structures. And the third one, it supports customization. Just now I said, like it's going to be the customized solutions. It is much needed for aerospace, automobile, and medical applications, or consumer electronics, consumer products. We need to do a lot of customization, personalization. So this technology allows that kind of customization. So all together, these three pillars of additive will make manufacturing is much smart manufacturing thing. As we already discussed, then we need to start with the digital data, CAD model, or even it could be a scanned reverse engineered data, or even it could be a medical data like CT, MRI scan data, where you can start your journey and then 3D print that or additive manufacture that part, and then use it for your application. So go to next. Yeah, you try to see the ASTM classified this into 7 AM technologies, which you have a different. Why I am saying all this is our aim is to make a digital twin of AM process, right? So then in order to make a digital twin, so then we need to understand the material behavior, and then how these process parameters. Why? Because we need to give the input as a we need to create a virtual environment, exactly how the physical process, maybe a process optimization, design optimization, and quality optimization, and finding the defects, or like we need to basically optimize these areas, or if you have some errors, we should minimize those errors. If you print those without correcting those errors, still if you are fabricating, but AM, especially if you talk about metal AM, it's very expensive, but you don't have a luxury to waste the money, right? So if you have a digital twin, you create a digital twin. So in order to create a digital twin, so we need to understand the in and out of these technologies. So why? Because AM, you cannot generalize like a conventional manufacturing method. You have 7 AM processes, and each process will behave differently, and each process, the feedstock material is different. The characteristics of feedstock material is different, and the process parameters are different. You cannot generalize these same processes, right? Say, then we need to first understand ins and outs thoroughly, whatever the process that you're going to make a digital twin of system. Then we need to make these we need to understand all, say, for example, you talk about VAT photopolymerization process. So basically you start with a photopolymer and you expose to UV light, and so the physics involved here is totally different if you come to a powder bed based system, so where your raw material is powder, and you will be using a laser to melt the powder particles, or to fuse the laser the powder particles together by using a laser or electron beam in case of powder bed fusion. In case of sheet lamination process, then you may use say a sheet laminates or a foil, so to laminate, then you may be using sometimes you may use even a solid state welding technique, like ultrasonic welding technique, to join these uh, uh, sheets together, right? And you have altogether is different physics involved in a sheet lamination process. And if you come to the direct energy deposition, so here it is exclusively meant for metal printing materials. So then in that case, your say physics is totally different here. So if you want to target which process you want to make a digital twin of it, right? So then, and binder jetting is totally like you have a powder is a feedstock material, and we need to use a binder, like it could be a liquid binder or it could be a polymeric binder. It's a combined combination of your material and the binder is going to play a major role here. So then we need to understand all that things. And material jetting, in the material jetting, you will use the liquid polymer. Normally it will be a photosensitive, like VAT system, where you are talking about similar phenomena will happen here, but how you are bringing your material against the UV light will be different here with the VAT system. Then you have altogether a different um, uh, physics involved here. Then if you are targeting material jetting to be a digital twin, then we need to know all these characteristics of each and every process. And material extrusion, if you are targeting it, so it is basically an extrusion with the heated nozzle. Then you will be using it like polymer, predominantly you'll be using like PLA or ABS. So you are a totally different modeling scenario here if you want to target which process to be digital twin. So once you understand these say process say, then how do you make a model, right? So then in digital twin we need to start with the model. So for making a mechanistic model for your AM process, so then what is the input that we need to give? The input should be a process parameters. So these process parameters are different from one to other process. Then we need to thoroughly understand which what are the various process parameters that your AM process that you are going to model it, and the material properties, and the printer type, or like the technology, which technology you are targeting to so to make a digital twin of it. And then even we need to model, like say you are going to even take you're putting some sensors to extract the data from the machine, and similarly you will be generating the data from the model, right? So and then you're trying to optimize. Then how do you do optimize? Means we need to understand the defect formations. A lot of defects will come into a picture while you are printing it. So then your defect formation and component properties, like say microstructural analysis. So based on the microstructure that you got it after fabrication, and your mechanical property is going to vary. So then we need to understand all this, and solidification of the structures is also another thing. And microstructure evaluation, as I said, like which we need to say do that. And temperature, field, and cooling rates, again, it will vary from process to process, and even within the same process, material to material, it will vary. Then we need to say do modeling of all these aspects. So yeah, go to next. So I'm not explaining the very same processes. The idea here is, so once you know these say the physics involved in these processes, so then you will go to the modeling of these process. And coming to the applications, yeah, you have a plenty of applications. The best part of AM or 3D printing is which makes more sustainable, efficient products, and are more into innovative designs, which you can see here, maybe right from the um, say an architectural applications to structures to automobile to medical to any applications for that matter. And then, as already mentioned, you have challenges. The challenges or like a process variability or the repeatability of the process, right? Say if you produce one component and immediately if you produce the next component, then there will be a slight variation in the properties. Like say, then that's the biggest challenge. Like how you are going to tackle this. Like so, that's what your digital twin is going to help you out to identify such kind of say variability, any process variability, or like so you have a kind of a limited predictive capability. That is another thing where we need to focus. And defects like a porosity, warpage, residual stress, so all that defects which we need to so uh, yeah. So instead, if you are not creating a digital twin and trying to say optimize it physically, but it is going to be the much expensive thing here, right? So for that reason, which you could able to integrate your uh, say AM technology with digital twin, so you're going to get a lot of benefits. So the idea here is like say any complex object with the more sustainability, and now we are talking about industry 4 or 5, so it is more into sustainability is one of the pillars. So then you can very well achieve that goal. Even SDG is also very much it is in line with this technology. Yes, go to next. um, yeah, so you can even try to see the redesign here. The AM is always we need to redesign the um, say the geometry. Why we need to redesign it? So if you are not redesigning, you are not going to get the benefits what you have been talking about. Like say maybe say lightweighting of the structures. If you try to understand these three images, the leftmost image is it is a traditional design, but if you that is weighing 4.6 kg, if you want to produce the same design in the additive, you're not going to get the advantage of additive, but unless it may add much expensive. Instead of that, in the second image, middle image, it shows like you have changed your um, a block design into a shell design without changing the inlet and outlet. Basically, it's a manifold. So without changing inlet and outlet connections, just you change the bulk into a shell model here. So because of that change in the form that you have changed from bulk to the shell, you have saved 78% of weight, right? So weight reduction has happened. So weight reduction will give you a double benefit. One is the manufacturing cost has been reduced, and the performance or the fuel efficiency, if it has been used in automobile, aerospace, or the payload has been reduced, means the fuel, it's a much fuel efficient system now it will become. So then in the third design, the third image, so it will show you the much design for AM, like adapting some guidelines of AM. So your designer even changed this design. He has changed the fitment also. Like if you see the previous two designs, the inlet and outlets are different now with the third design. So means total fitment has been changed. And anyway, you have changed the form and also the functionality. So the performance of the manifold has been enhanced because of the traditional designs, which you could not achieve that. But here with the innovative design, you could able to achieve that. So means you have reduced 91% weight, and also it has been improved your fluid flow or the performance or the efficiency of the system. And it is also easily assembled. Your fitment is now very much easy than the traditional designs. So in this way, always your AM suggests to redesign. Don't let the design will be printed as it is, like which it has been say migrated from the traditional um, domain. No, always we need to redesign it, or we need to look for any form design, redesigning it, or fitment redesigning it, or the functionality redesign it. Go to next. So in connection with this three designs, so then finally we need to print these parts, right? So for printing it, so the same three designs, if you want to print it, like say solid block manifold, shell block manifold, and optimized to DFAM manifold. So then the traditional design, the left side one, first design, it takes 191 hours to print. And machine hour rate is say $65. So for example, it will be say much expensive, and the material cost is it's weighing 7.4 kg, and you add the material cost, and the total cost could be 15,000 US dollars. So that is a solid block manifold. But because of shell design, now it could able to print only 36 hours. You can complete the build within the 36 hours. Means your machine cost has been reduced, and also material cost, instead of 7.4 kg, it's now 1.2 kg. Your material cost has been reduced, and total cost is also, you have saved a lot of money. And then further, the third design that you have followed some guidelines and considerations of design for additive manufacturing. But I didn't talk. I think probably other speakers might have talked about these design aspects. So then once you follow that DFAM guidelines, so then you can now 19 hours only the printing time, and you save a lot of machine cost and also material. It's now only 0.5 kg instead of 7.4 or 1.2 kg. Now it's only half kg. You have saved a lot of material cost also. Then altogether the total cost has been saved. So in this way, always your AM, say you look for a redesign, reimagine, redesign it, and print it. You're going to get a lot of advantage than not only cost saving, it also unnecessarily create a lot of say defects, residual stresses. If you're using a solid designs over there in the AM, it's not advisable to go with such kind of designs. But always you follow the DFAM guidelines. So in terms of supports, which I didn't talk here, but anyway, DFAM concept, that itself is a big topic. So anyway, so you follow the DFAM guidelines, and then you can the idea of the DFAM is to minimize the cost, at the same time to increase the performance or the efficiency of the system. So, or in terms of lightweighting, in terms of increasing the stiffness, or your compliance has been increased. So through this, how to do it means you have a various techniques, like it could be from the topology optimization or a lattice based design. You can achieve these kind of things. Go to next. So we always the AM magic lies in the design, rather than design, not only the design conceiving an idea and then designing it and then fabricating it. Everything you can take it as a DFAM. Why? Because we need to know the constraints of AM process while you are designing your part. The traditional designs may not be considering those kind of guidelines or those constraints that AM will have, right? So then that's what always your design should be tweaked, or your design should be modified, or your design you should do a total redesign right from the scratch sometimes, or sometimes maybe tweaking the design here and there. Yeah, and now we'll talk about the digital twin, right? So what is a digital twin, which you're trying to understand? So a digital twin is a virtual representation of a physical, it could be an asset, or even it could be a process, even it could be a system as a whole, which creates a real-time data, right? That's most important. Like, so you get you extract the real-time data from the physical object, maybe a physical asset, physical process, or physical system. So, and then which you're going to simulate, and it will analyze the data, and it will simulate the data, and ultimately it will increase the performance of the system through this entire the life cycle of that component. So always your digital twin is going to do that. So because of digital twins, so you can get a lot of advantage, as we discussed. Like the cost saving is a one where you can otherwise, if you are not doing this virtual or digital twin, but maybe you may be unnecessarily ending up with printing a defect part or some build failure, something may happen. So then you can save a lot of cost, and you can do operational effectiveness. So you can achieve, say, you can have a kind of say maintenance when you can do it. So it will suggest automatically, like then there should be a do, or there's going to be a maintenance part, a predictive maintenance part of it. And what's place safety, then it will automatically predict some kind of no, hazardous condition, or some fault, or some damage is going to occur. Then that your digital twin is also able to identify that areas, and also it improves the decision making, right? Say you're saying that say based on this data, then you can modify the design and go to the design and again redesign it and print it. So means you can do otherwise, if you are not using this, sometimes you may be ending up with decision could not be made properly. But you can have a better decision making once you have this kind of digital twin. And of course you can have a real time monitoring here. So that is another advantage. Always it is something like a closed loop system, right? So always you can have the checks and balance, like whether you're doing right or wrong. And if at all, if you're doing wrong, and it will suggest like it should be done in this way, then that's what you're going to get, a lot of real time monitoring. And all these benefits you can expect once you create a virtual replica or a digital twin of a real object. It could be like any component for that matter. But coming to AM, honestly, but people might have tried several digital twins in several areas. But AM and digital twin, definitely it is going to be there, the relatively new, not that much matured. Yeah, one side, like AM itself is emerging technology, and then still you don't find much of the standards or much of the certifications or the qualifications. If you talk about say as particular to the aerospace industry, um, the regulation is the major hurdle, or even medical, say like a regulator like FDA, and in case of aerospace, regulator like FAA has to give the clearances. Yeah, right. So then, if you have effective system, then like recent Ahmedabad incident, like where it took maybe. So then we can predict such kind of a thing. If you have a real digital twin, definitely it's going to help you out. Like people like GE, or people like say from say Rolls Royce, or so all these Boeing or Airbus people. So definitely that will add a lot of stuff to these areas, maybe aerospace now we're talking about, and similarly any other application, any other field that you can integrate this. Go to next. Yeah, so in continuation with that, so then how your digital twin, as you know that you're going to have a real-time monitoring scenario. So your digital twins say replicate the physical system as such in a digital environment, which is allowing for a real-time monitoring and analyzing the manufacturing processes. So now in this case, now we are talking about AM could be the process that you are going to integrate, and also it predicts the maintenance as we discussed. So this technology, digital twin as such, facilitate kind of a predictive maintenance part, like say based on the analyzed data. You have a connected devices, and you have a IoT or system, or you have a big data, and you can even reduce these downtimes also, like say through your data that you are getting. So then it will tell you like there should be a problem, or there should be otherwise then there will be a lot of downtimes, or which may increase the operational efficiency also once you have this kind of yeah. And also it will enable you to do a design optimization. Why? Because you are simulating these scenarios in a digital twin, so which would help optimizing the designs and operations, not only the design optimization, operation optimization, and also finally which will enhance the performance of the system, say, and at the reduced cost. So how we are going to achieve? So you can see this is the best example. So this robot, say this manipulator, like which you can see, this has been optimized, topology optimized. You can see the design version 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So where you are optimizing this, basically you are doing a topology optimization here. So this finished or final optimized component will be simulated in the virtual environment that you have created the model as such. And also finally you can print a real-time say component through additive, which you can see this is the fabricated one through a DED technology, for example. So then you can print this say optimized design, and then you can fit it in a real-time application like this. So basically what you're trying to do here is like say you are going to create a virtual world, and you're taking a real time data from the sensors. We are fixing the sensors, and then you're getting a real time data, and you will be creating a virtual world here, and the real time monitoring and the control is also, it is something like a closed loop thing where you can get that kind of advantage. Go to next. Yeah, and there is a small video. Can you play this video? Are you able to play? Yeah. So this is a digital twin that's I borrowed from the Altair. So this could be so you're going to get a real time data that you will be capturing, acquiring the data, and then it will be driven. So then you will be integrating the IoT, machine learning, uh, basically, and then you have big data should also be as a part of this digital twin. So go to next. Yeah, and then coming to this, you try to see the first step which you need to do a data acquisition, right? So the data acquisition. So in this case, like what are the process parameters of your AM? So which you are targeting to a extrusion based system. So altogether you have a different process parameters. So which we need to acquire those process parameters, and of course the material properties and environmental conditions and the machine performance, and then you will be say help of sensors, the in situ sensors and other monitoring devices, so which you will be say doing a model. Next step is to generate a model, developing a model. So this model development, which you will be say the physical behavior of the material. Just now we're talking about the process dynamics and interaction among the different components of the system, which will represent the AM process. So as such, we need to develop that the model development in the second step, and the third step we need to calibrate and validate. So the accuracy and the reliability of your digital twin models, or the simulations which represent the real world AM process. So you have some say testing methods, destructive testing methods, and microstructural analysis, and ultimately say analyzing your mechanical property. So you will be doing that stuff in the third step. And fourth step, which you will be generating a kind of the digital twin creation. Exactly, your digital twin, it is going to be the say which integrates your mathematical model with your real-time data, right? That's what your AM process to generate this digital representation of actual physical system. So, and then in this way, you will be taking a real-time monitoring and the control from the machine. It's like something like closed loop thing, right? So where you can normally you do in a open loop if you're not integrating digital twin, but like you are going to have such advantage here, a closed loop system. Go to next. Yeah, in continuation with the previous discussion, like say where you have um, sensing data which you will be collecting from the machine, and then you have created a model, and then you will be getting the results from the model. That could be the simulated results, and your testing data is another source of data. And from the literature also you can take the data, and then which you have now a big data here to classify this data, right? Say where so we need to refine this data. So where you got at least 4 sources from the literature, from the testing, from the sensing source, and from the model, the simulated result. So then it should be, by using a big data, then we need to classify this data, right? And this classified data will be sent to, now the machine learning is going to play a major role here to train this model, right? So, and of course you may use a neural networks and then machine learning and to train these models. So you have this and then you keep on, it's not a single step you do, always you are refining this process, this you are trying to always optimize this stuff. So your model data and then again train data, right? So in this way your process variables, everything, and the sensing data which you could be able to always refining this data, and always you are getting the optimized data in terms of your say minimizing the defects or improving the performance. So these are the compliances, these are the objectives that you always your system is going to enhance or refine the performance of the system, right? So in this way it will work. And you try to see the digital twins and the related technologies. So one, you are talking about 3D printing. So not only 3D printing, you can have a lot of technologies that it should be relates your real world to your virtual replica or your digital twin, right? So you need to even use a machine learning. Just now we are talking about machine learning, and then you will be doing all that, the cloud-based computing, and then you will be doing a reverse engineering stuff, and you're using AR, VR, and of course 3D printing or additive manufacturing, simulation technology, and artificial intelligence and big data is going to be the thing, and of course IoT is going to play a major role here to capture the data or to and then simulation, modeling, data mining, data exchange, and we need to use these peripheral technologies to be integrated with your digital twin. So go to next. Yeah, and then the integration of your EAM with the digital twins. So then you can get a synergy in the prototyping, so which will integrate this integration EAM with the digital twin, which enables creating, testing of the virtual prototypes, and thereby you can accelerate the design and innovations, and you can do a real-time feedback, right? So that's what your digital twin provides, the performance feedback always, and ensuring whether you are getting a quality that you are looking at, what is your required quality, and minimizing or reducing the errors in the AM. That's what always you may be missing in a traditional AM process. Always here you have such a kind of a real-time feedback. You can minimize the or the reduce the errors and enhance the quality aspects. And also your digital twin will catalyze the or support or the agile manufacturing. So this integration definitely enables a quick adoption of the market changes and customer demands, right? Say and which will have a efficient workflows. And then coming to the benefits of this integration, which will enhance the customization capability. The AM as such, you can do a lot of customization, and plus you have a digital twin has been integrated. So then it will allow highly customized manufacturing solutions, and which will be catering a specific customer needs, or maybe his preferences with the rapid turnovers, and the cost reduction and the efficiency, which will reduce the wastage of material, and then which also streamlines your production process, and which combines AM with the real-time data through these digital twins. And also it improves the product lifecycle management, right? So which will enables better management and sustainability. That's most importantly. So you can practice that sustainability by utilizing this kind of entire life cycle of the product for that matter. Go to next. Yeah, and then coming to these challenges for adopting the AM with the digital twin. So you need to have a high investment, right? So the initial investment is very high, and so which despite you have benefits, but the company subsequently is running. So your initial cost will be very high, and we need to have a need skilled persons, right? So which will be qualified staff for effective implementation of this. The integration will also now. This will the crucial for your operational efficiency and data security and privacy. That is another challenge which will be addressing concerns. We may be using cloud, and it's vital, right? For and also your cultural shift management, like which will preparing the workforce for the new technology, which will foster the innovations, right? Go to next. So these are some of the challenges that you should consider while adopting your um, yeah. And then next part of it is a predictive engineering, like where you can see you can predict uh, something is going to happen, or like say once you have this kind of digital twin has been integrated with AM, and a lot of predictive engineering will happen. That's what your industry 5 is all about. Now we will try to see the difference between industry 4 and 5. Right now we are in the transition, right? Basically, go to next. Yeah, and then you try to see the industrial revolutions. The first industrial revolution, maybe mechanization, water, and the steam power. That is during 1760s, and then 1870, maybe after 100 or 110 years, you have the second industrial revolution, mass production, and the electricity, and then followed by third industrial revolution, the computers, automation, robotics, and the fourth industrial revolution could be IoT, data analytics, and 3D printing or additive manufacturing. And now we are in the fifth industrial revolution, rather than. So it's more into a human and technology collaboration, right? So that's what where we need to collaborate as a human to the technology. That is very much needed for the industry 5. Go to next. So then you try to see the difference between 4 and 5. So basically, industry 4 may be a reactive, but industry 5 may be a proactive, right? Say in terms of your automation efficiency, industry 4 uses technology like IoT, AI, and big data, and basically it's a cyber physical systems, right? So you are trying to use you are connecting the physical and the digital systems to create a smart factory, and data driven decisions. That's most important here. In the real time data, you are doing analysis, and then to improve your decision making, right? Go to next. So then you can have the fifth industrial revolution is talking about the three pillars, like the human centricity, right? Say then people may be in a misconception that if these technologies will come into picture and the jobs will be vanished, but that is not the story. Industry 5, you try to see the first pillar could be a human centricity, that is worker or placed at the center of the production, the collaboration with the intelligent machines, rather than being replacing the workers, right? So that's the idea here. It's a human centric concept in industry 5. And resilience is another pillar, like the flexibility, adaptability of manufacturing systems. That's what AM is good in it, to make or to adapt the changes, or the adopt flexibility, or the customization or the personalization, that is as quick as you can respond to the changes. As you have some disruptions, then how quick your technology is getting responded, right? So that is the resilience. And the third one is sustainability. Most importantly, as we are talking about the SDGs, the sustainable development goals, the sustainability aspect, like say where you will be encouraging to have a circular economy, right? So the wastage or the reusability, recyclability, and then we are talking about and then most importantly, the economic models and the efficient resources to minimize these environmental effects. Like and the goal of any industry 5 is to develop sustainable and the products or maybe a service, whatever it be, either a product or a service, it should be developed in a sustainable manner that minimizes your material energy consumption for the benefit of both the people and the planet, right? That is the idea of industry 5. Go to next. Yeah, and then you try to see there's technology trends. So the technology trends, this is y-axis is innovation and x-axis is the interest. And you try to see the applied AI. So that is what people are more innovations, maybe a 50% or at least 40% interest, and 90% innovations are happening in applied AI rather than a generative AI. If you try to see the generative AI at the bottom, the small circle, where approximately 0.1% interest people may be showing, and maybe negligible innovations may be happening in a generative AI, right? So then people may not be interested to so we may be interested make use of the AI tools, but nobody is interested to work for the generative AIs, but everybody is interested to go with applied AI, right? And quantum technology is also, which you can see here in the rectangular shape it has been shown, but like here also the quantum, it's less than 0.4 innovation, and maybe the interest is very less, maybe, right? So which we can see sense the other technologies also, these are the trends. And adoption rate is also, which you can see, you have a huge adoption rate for the applied AI rather than a generative or a quantum technologies. And you try to see the right side image, that is the say human centricity, right? The human centricity, where you can see at least 76% in the say the kind of the applications that you're using it here could be uh, improving the work conditions, maybe 64%, and reduction of the carbon footprints maybe 56%, and other technologies maybe a very few, a human centricity, right? So one can understand where we are. Go to next. And then coming to the industry 5, so definitely you have the industry 5 enabled technologies, probably your artificial intelligence, big data, internet of things, digital twin. That's what where you right now you will be focusing here, like where virtual replication of physical systems and real time monitoring and simulation and improving the diagnostics. So and also our data it should be protected, like you have a blockchain technology, 6G and beyond, and cobots, right? So where you have a collaborative robots and edge computing and so on, so which we need to focus on these areas, like where one of them could be your digital twin and additive. Go to next. And other technology should be complemented. Yeah, then predictive engineering as such, like if you try to see the traditional engineering aspect, like so you will be doing a traditional engineering, a lot of trial and error, prototyping, and then the failure analysis, that is post failure analysis. After committing mistakes, then you will be doing analysis. But that is not the idea here. Once you have the digital twin technology, so you can have a predictive engineering, like so you can do a stress strain prediction before it is getting fabricated or it's getting printed, 3D printed or additively manufactured, and virtual testing, which reduce a lot of prototypes, and low cost, faster R&D cycles. And also your predictive engineering, which anticipates your problems, like say before they occur, or reducing the downtimes, defects, and costs, right? So all this matters. Your predictive matters a lot, like say where your say which transforms your design into a manufacturing. These are the key pillars of your industry 5. Go to next. Yeah, so finally, so we need to have this kind of industry 5 and your predictive engineering, so which increases the efficiency and productivity and enhance the quality control, improves the safety, cost reduction, and sustainable manufacturing. So the applications like where you can apply this is your robotics or cobots. There's a collaborative robots, artificial intelligence, IoT, AR, VR, and digital twin, and of course 3D printing or additive manufacturing, where you can um, make use of these things. Go to next. Yeah, anyway, you try to understand your these three, probably the deep learning, machine learning, and artificial learning, like where you have to have a subset of your deep learning could be a subset of ML, and your ML could be the subset of AI, right? So basically, which we need to and like I'm not going into the AML aspects, but basically you may have supervised learning, unsupervised, or reinforced learning. That is a basic idea where you can, and then your machine learning, yeah, like say data type, and then structured data, unstructured, like where you will be trying this data, like say the trained data, your machine learning algorithm it will be sent, and you will be building a logical mathematical model, and that is for prediction and the output, right? This is a typical representation of your say the kind of learning system that you can adopt. Go to next. Yeah, and then we'll try to see some case studies, which it has been aerospace and defense, like where you have a lot of weight reduction, and you will be taking the advantage of a lattice optimization that it can be done through, say, a topology, lattice-based design, and followed by additive manufacturing. And of course, if you can add twin, a digital twin to this, so your flight-worthy parts, and which requires a strict processing, the qualification or certification, which it will be tied with your um, yeah predictive maintenance of your AM, so which will enables your the digital inventory. Then that's what this is a famous case study from the GE. So it will tell you the story about these. Uh, Go to next. Yeah, and in automobile and mobility area, like where you can tooling and fixtures that will be printed on demand. That's the biggest advantage which you are going to get it. And ergonomic customization you can do, and thermal management like heat exchangers. So you can optimize with this digital twin, and also you can do a short run personalization and motorsport, any rapid iterations that you can do. Go to next. And of course, medical health care and the medical devices. So, as we know that one of the advantages of EAM as such is a lot of customization, personalization you can do. Patient-specific implants and guides can be designed, developed, and also it which will twin for fit and the load paths you can do, and the porous structures to promote your osseointegration. That is for you can adopt a lattice design over there to to promote the osseointegration of the implant against the tissue, the surrounded tissue, and surface roughness control you can do, and UDIs and the biocompatibility and validation of these documents. So via digital thread, you can do all that stuff. Go to next. So which will enhance your the traditional healthcare or medical device scenario, which it will be. And of course, in the energy and industrial equipments, like you have some turbo machinery components, which you have some conformal cooling, and which will add efficiency. Like the conformal cooling channel is the ideal or the unique advantage of EAM, which it can print a conformal cooling channels rather than printing a traditional cooling channels. And also the repair and the on refurbishment of these components through DED and the twin guides the deposition and then the heat input to the you can predict a lot of defects, and which you can avoid once you predict that kind of thing in a digital twin itself. So you can do a lot of savings, or rather than you can predict all these defects before it getting printed a faulty part. And also your condition is based on the maintenance and the spare parts on your remote sites. That is also achievable here in these kind of applications. Go to next. Yeah, and then thermal management or a heat exchangers, where you can improve the heat rejection again by adopting this kind of lattice based design or bionic designs, where or bio inspired designs. Um, it will enhance the heat rejection, and also say because of these lattices, or basically TPMS based lattices will be used for the core area, and then conformal channels can also be added. Like say you have a conformal channel is the one kind of philosophy, and then you have a lattice, and then you can combine, and you can do a guided twin for optimizing the CFD analysis. That is another thing where you can optimization could also be done here. And finally, your heat transfer rate has been increased 18%, and then your pressure drop has been 10%, and simply it will have a simplified assembly. Even you can see the thrust chamber and the injection, the fuel injection area could be an integral part of it. It's not traditional designs could be a different, but here it has been integrated. That is another thing which we can notice here from these kind of thermal management systems. Go to next. Yeah, and then patient specific implants, that is the area like for personalization of the fitment, and your accelerated recovery, like from taking a CT data to CAD, and then you can do a lattice porous cellular designs for bone ingrowth and all that. You can create a digital twin here, right? And finally, your operating time has been reduced because you are doing a lot of the pre-planning or surgical planning, rehearsal the surgery before it goes to the operation theater, and also improved load sharing and digital ideas for the more transferability. Go to next. And then what could be the future? Like future, even it could be AI and machine learning can also be integral part of this, for greater integration of your 3D printing or additive manufacturing with the digital twin for the much smarter manufacturing system. That is one which we can. And sustainability focus, maybe innovation in materials for 3D printing. It will minimize the environmental. So then your manufacturing transformation, like where your AM or 3D printing and with the digital twin technology, which makes the manufacturing much efficient and much personalized. Yeah, I think that's all from my side. We can stop it here. Hello.
Thank you, sir. Participants, do you have any queries? Ask him.
Hello. Hello. Good evening, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone have any queries? Please ask him.
Good evening, sir. I'm audible, sir. Hello.
But your voice is very low. Hello.
Okay, I'm increasing, sir. Sir, now
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes, sir.
audible,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, okay. Sir,
I
I'm
miss you
actually
in the laptop, sir. That's why that voice is not clear.
Hmm.
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
Sir, this is Madan from Kamraj Engineering College, Virudhunagar. Actually, a plan for creating implant design, but
Okay.
we can't able to get the metal additive where this metal additive is available because we are having FDM and basic photo
Okay. Hmm.
SLA we are having. Sorry, suggest any of the titanium based product SLM is available, sir?
Yes, yes, it's
Anywhere
like
it is available.
yes. Even we have a metal machine at NIT Warangal. We do print titanium 64 as one of the material, but but in order to use that as implant, we need to follow certain protocols. Yeah, then once you get that certification and a clearance, you can be use that part inside the patient body for implantation you are talking about. And then if you want to put it that implant inside the body, then we need to follow that ethical clearance. Some procedure will be there. Always you can follow that procedure things. Yes, you can do it. You can find these metal printers nowadays in several places. Even you can take some consultancy work from some of the people, prominent people also in this area, and some of the defense labs also they are having this facility. Metal 3D printer, maybe a powder bed, or even DED can also work for your mm, titanium, especially if you are looking for or cobalt chrome or magnesium based. Some of the printers will support. Yes, of course, you can yeah, approach these places where, but we need to follow that yeah, the protocol or the procedural aspects for clearance, ethical clearance, and the certification part. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Just sir, not a implantable, just a research based work only we are doing, sir.
Yeah,
So that I'm asking.
yes, yes. You can have several facilities nowadays, metal printer in and around, maybe at some of the IITs, NITs, even NIT Suratkal, IIT Madras, they got a machine. Um, yeah, that is from MS, uh, Indian make machine. Nowadays, you have a metal printers from Indian make also, like MS and Intech DMLS is there. And Wipro also, you can approach Wipro people also to help you out to printing some metal parts. Yeah, medical usage. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
hello.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Anyone have
Thank you.
any queries?
Yeah, yeah, sir. Hello, hello, sir. Sir, you talked about I mean, assistants like AI, ML, and all the blockchains and Industry 5.0, all the things you talked about, sir.
Hmm.
So, during your talk, you approached Ahmedabad flight class at present.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, sir, if that problem was the engine had no power to lift, so that was a problem. So, if sir, that kind of turbo machineries or all the components it happened, then how do you approach the additive manufacturing with that problem, and how do you predict recently by what software you use to overcome that problem?
Uh, yeah, actually a very good question. But the answer is like so. As I said, like, but still, um, this AM and digital twin, but still it is not that much matured. But we can say still it is in the initial stage. Um, but definitely, it will take some time. But as of now, it is not that much foolproofed. Kind of thing at this point of time for getting the real time data and maintaining a big data of this thing. As of now, it is not that much matured, but still we are at the very beginning, I can say. Yeah, but definitely if it integrated, and then yeah, definitely we can save several lives of the people like aerospace industry, like the GE or the Airbus. All these people, they are saying that they are developed a digital twin. If you ask GE people, they can be able to say that a particular GE 9X series of engine has flown these many hours of flight hours, and then there should be a predictive maintenance like that. They could able to tell. That's what they are claiming. I don't know how far it will be true, and then up to what extent they are creating this kind of a digital twin for the monitoring of their jet engines and things like that. Uh, but still, it is not that much matured, or rather than people has been already adopted. No, but maybe other areas which people might have done a lot of work in that direction. But in this direction, maybe very few or very beginning, we can say. Yeah.
Yes, sir. My next question was, sir, if you
Hello, sir.
if yes, sir,
Yes.
if I do
One
some
question is from the chat box. How to check digital twin analysis?
no, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, my next
Can I
question was,
add this, sir?
Yes, please.
Hello.
Somebody is asking some question.
One question is came from the chat box, sir.
Uh-huh.
That question is how to check digital twin analysis.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling. Still we are in the yeah, that depends. The kind of the model that you have developed. So purely it matters.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
sir. Sorry for interrupting it. My last question, sir. My last
Hmm.
question, please. Sir, if you talked about suppose laser powder bed fusion machining using that. So,
Hmm.
sir, recently, if we like to use magnesium alloys like that
Hmm.
instead of titanium or nickel
Hmm.
cobalt based powder. So, sir, really, these kind of materials will be used for the same machine or in different machine or any modification required, sir?
Yeah, yeah, very good question. Actually, magnesium it will react differently with your, the lasers or the electron beam. So definitely, people are not that much, no, uh, succeeded in this direction. Especially the magnesium is a guy who is, no, differently behaves uh, than the other materials like titanium or cobalt chrome or nickel or aluminum based alloys. But magnesium altogether, it's a different story to work on that. Yes, yes, it's not same like which you use the machine, same machine, and the same environment. No, the interaction of the magnesium alloys with your energy source is totally different. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, hello.
Okay, thank you, sir, for sharing the useful information.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone leave from this session.